energy, battery technology, those kinds of things that are just waiting to happen. So yes, it's a problem. It's a problem we can solve today in the shorter term, but the longer term, I don't care what you say, fossil fuels is a finite resource. Eventually, it'll run out. Or what will really happen is eventually it'll drive up costs as demand grows and supply drops, okay? I mean, it's an economic picture, okay? And I'm confident that some of the things I see in algae, in renewables. I mean, if you look at algae, I mean, if you grow corn or, ethanol is a zero-sum game. You use more energy to create the ethanol, other than some good bourbon and scotch, but that's a different program. But you use more than you create, and it takes a year to grow a corn crop or a soybean crop or that kind of thing. Algae grows in 3 days, and certain forms of algae are like 80% oil. Okay, and it grows in 3 days, so it sets itself up for a continuous process. Where you're always harvesting, and it likes dirty water and sunlight. And we spend billions trying to keep it out of our swimming pools, if you think about it, right? So it ain't hard to grow, and there's a lot of exciting technology. What I want to do is make sure that we do everything we can to maximize our universities and research facilities to take advantage of those technologies, because in my mind, it truly is the transistor, whether you look at lithium-ion batteries, whether you go through the whole kit and caboodle. It's exciting. So, yes, sir, you got a question? Right.
The graph you saw yesterday, I guess part of your plan was to try to bridge the gap between what we produce and what we use, and offshore wind and natural gas, all those kind of things, kind of closes that. Actually, it was spreading apart and kind of got it to where it was parallel. The one thing that really jumped it up and kind of closed that gap was the uranium thing. So,
yeah, what he said, oh yes, he's also on the Coal and Energy Commission. What he didn't tell you is the Coal and Energy Commission in the General Assembly has the ultimate hot issue, which is uranium mining. Okay? And for those not aware, we have the largest untapped source of uranium anywhere in North America, right here in Virginia, in Pittsylvania County, near Chatham, Virginia. Everybody will throw scares up for you. The nice thing about being an engineer, you're not scared. Okay, I mean, you're scared. You're scared of things you can't control. Okay, but when you understand what goes on and understand how it can be done safely, you're not afraid anymore. You understand all those kind of things. In my frame of reference, is something we ought to take advantage of. It's just something at today's uranium prices, $10 billion worth of uranium down there. I've been to shut down uranium mines in France. I've been to active uranium mines so far north in Saskatchewan that it was cold, and it was June. It was June, and the sun never set. Okay, but it was still 32 degrees outside, or zero, as they say up in Canada, and you freeze your ass off, and the sun never sets. You're going, what's wrong with this? And I'm 1,500 feet underground, under a lake in a uranium mine with water dripping in, and going, yeah, this is fun, But anyway, I've seen the operations. I've seen what it takes, the millings, the tailings, all those things they talk about. And can it be done safely in Virginia? Absolutely, it can be. Having said that, my city's taken a position. Oh my God, it might contaminate our water supplies. Now imagine this for a minute. This is a uranium deposit in Pennsylvania County that has a creek that will feed into Kerr Reservoir, that'll flow through Kerr Reservoir, that'll flow into Lake Gaston, and one little channel off of Lake Gaston, there's an inlet pipe that feeds a reservoir over here. And one of the easiest things to precipitate out, it should, and it never would by the time it, assuming the massive failure in this creek, right, and it flows down there, and we're all pretty familiar with dilution and those kind of things. Should it do, the easiest thing to clean up out of then is any heavy metal out of water. It's very, very easy to filter out and nail, as everybody knows, And so anyway, yes, we should do it, absolutely. It'll put a place to work that's got 12, 14% unemployment with obviously very high-paying jobs and that type of thing. So.